California woman is facing charges in Texas after police say she stole her Uber driver's car and credit card, allegedly because the victim was driving too slowly. Austin police say the woman told the Uber driver, quote, "I need to get to the airport, so I'm going to take your car and drop it off at Southwest Airlines." She is then accused of grabbing the driver's phone and throwing it out of the window. When the driver stopped and then got out to go retrieve their phone, that's when 27-year-old Nuesha Efkami allegedly drove off and abandoned the car at the Southwest Airlines terminal, as she said. Well, joining us now, NewsNation legal analyst and trial attorney Misty Marris. Misty, I have to say, I saw this and I said, I definitely want to do a deeper dive. Let's get Misty in to talk about this one. First, as an attorney, is there any viable and logical defense for this woman's alleged actions?
Well, Nicole, I agree with you. This is such a wild case. And look, I don't think there's anybody in the world who hasn't felt that angst on their way to the airport when they think they're going to miss their flight. But this is certainly not the way to handle it. So right now, she's charged with unauthorized use of a motor vehicle. In Texas, that is a felony charge that can carry up to a 2-year sentence. So it is very, very serious. The elements of that crime are operating a motor vehicle without the consent of the owner. So the defenses broadly would be that, number one, there was consent, or that, number two, there was not an intention to operate that vehicle without the owner's consent, meaning that there was some sort of misunderstanding about operating the motor vehicle. That would be the two defenses under the law. Sounds like she's trying to say from that statement that's in the arresting affidavit that she told the Uber driver that she was going to borrow the car or leave it. However, to your point, when it's unauthorized use as a motor vehicle, you don't have to show that she intended to steal the car permanently or anything like that. So the actions, as in this affidavit, would squarely fall under the law. So in my opinion, you're going to see her lawyers working towards some sort of a plea deal on this one.
Okay, Misty. Based on that, saying that there's likely a plea deal, is that because this is essentially a slam dunk for prosecutors, especially since the suspect, allegedly used the victim's credit card to make more than $100 in purchases at the airport? And as we know, there are cameras everywhere in an airport. So, she can't say, I suppose she could try to say it's not her, but, there are cameras everywhere.
Right. And of course, if those issues that are in the arresting affidavit end up being true, because of course we know this is just an arrest, it's not a trial, it's innocent until proven guilty. But hypothetically, if she did in fact throw the driver's phone out the window and then take over control of the vehicle, then on the second piece of that, once she gets to the airport, she uses the driver's credit card to purchase a shot glass and candy. Very specific information in that arresting affidavit. It will be nearly impossible from a defense perspective to argue that she somehow had consent from the driver to use this vehicle in order to raise that as a defense to this particular charge, which is why I say we're likely to see, and this would depend on whether or not she has a criminal record and a variety of other factors, a defense attorney saying, look, let's just try and come to a resolution. This is a felony charge. Maybe she could plead guilty to a misdemeanor, because those facts, as in the affidavit, not so easy to get around from a defense perspective.
Not so easy. And as you said, is innocent until proven guilty. You raised the point that right now she's being charged, facing one charge, this unauthorized use of a motor vehicle. But again, there are a lot of details laid out in this affidavit. Are more charges likely?
Absolutely could be likely. There's so many different aspects that could be pursued here, because actually taking the phone out of someone's hand when you make that contact with the intent to commit a crime, there could be a charge relating to that. There, of course, could be a larceny charge. And once you're using someone's credit card, there could be other type of cybersecurity type implications. So there's a lot of different avenues that could be pursued by prosecutors. Right now, we're just seeing unauthorized use of a motor vehicle, but certainly more could get tacked on if this case were to make its way all the way into trial.
Yeah, and with all of the things that we report on every day, the good thing in all this, no one was hurt. We will see what plays out. All right, Misty Marris, thank you.
Thank you.